If you want to learn how to send your data from the sensor to the cloud platform using ESP8266 Node MCU and then process the data as per your requirement, then you're at the right place, my friend. Today we are going to learn how to publish data to a cloud platform using MQTT protocol. I'm not going to go deep into the MQTT protocol. If you want me to make a separate video on that, you can tell me in the comment section below. We are just going to see how we can publish the data to a cloud platform using MQTT protocol. My name is Vivek and I welcome you to our channel Mostly Programming. Here we make video tutorials on various programming languages that may help you to learn coding and programming skills. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now because it's free. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Today we are going to send temperature and humidity values that are being measured by DHT11 sensor. We are going to send those values to the Adafruit IO cloud platform using MQTT protocol. Let's get straight to the circuitry and the components required for this project. So I hope the components required and the circuit is pretty clear to you guys. It's a very simple circuit. I'm just going to describe you here right now. Connect the data pin of DHT11 sensor to any of the digital pins. Here I am using D3. You can use any of the pins you want. Then here we have to connect VCC to 3V3 of the node MCU. Then GND to GND, ground to ground. So that's the pretty simple connections of this project, right? Then here we have included all the necessary libraries for this particular project. Then here we have defined the Wi-Fi parameters, the name and the password. Then here we have defined the Adafruit IO parameters, the server name, the server port, the username and the AIO key. This key is unique for every user. This username is unique for every user. So what you have to do here is log into your Adafruit IO account. I'm just going to show you that. So you have to log into your Adafruit IO account, go to Adafruit IO key, you have to copy your username and your active key and paste it into your program. So here you have to paste it, your AIO username and AIO key. Here we have created an instance MQTT and we have passed the various login details that are required for establishing a connection. After that, we are publishing the value of temperature to the temperature feed and the humidity to the humidity feed. So the big question that arises here, how do we create the feeds on the Adafruit IO cloud platform? So I'm just going to show you that. That's pretty simple. Log into your Adafruit IO account, go to feeds and then click on action, create new feed, then just write the name that is required as per your choice. I'm just going to write temperature 1 or something like that for ease to understand. So we have created temperature 1. Then we need another feed for humidity. So I'm just going to click on create a new feed and write humidity 1. Right? Then create. Now what we have to do is create a dashboard. So we have to follow the same process. Click on dashboard, then actions, create new dashboard. I'm going to name it T and H, temperature and humidity, T and H. So the dashboard is now created. Okay, Okay, so I have reached the limit. I have to like delete a dashboard. So I'm just going to delete a random dashboard over here. Yeah. So what we are going to do here is create a new dashboard. T and H. So yeah, we have created a dashboard. Then we have to go into the dashboard, click on that. Go to find the plus sign over here, create a new block. Then what you have to do is you can either use a text or a gauge to display the values, or even a line chart. So I'm going to use a gauge. That's pretty simple. So here I'm going to find humidity 1. I'm going to select the feed over here, then press next. Here I'm going to give it a title. It's optional. So I'm going to give it humidity. We can like set the minimum to maximum range. I'm going to set the minimum to 0 and maximum to say 80. We can adjust the width 10, 25, 50. We have different widths over here. So we can even write here what do we want the label to be. For example, I want it to be percentage humidity. So I'm just going to write percentage humidity over here. Low warning value. This means that what is the lower threshold limit that you want to set. So I'm just going to write here 23, a random value. You can even skip this step. So I'm just going to write here 78, any random value that I want, or we can write here 68 to make it look good. Then what do we want the result to be, up to 2 decimal places or 4 decimal places? That's our choice. So we have to just now create the block. So the block is now created. You can see it over here. Then we have to similarly create a gauge for temperature. So I'm just going to select temperature 1 feed over here. Next, block title, I'm just going to write temp. Value, I'm just going to write Celsius. Right. The low warning value, I want it to be 12 degrees Celsius. The high warning value that I want it to be around say 56 degrees Celsius, right? Then here, if you want to change the decimal places, you can change, or you can keep it like that only. So I'm just going to create this block as well. So now we have created the 2 blocks. You can move the blocks as per your requirement, as per you like it. So I'm just going to place the block over here. So blocks are ready now. Then just save it. So the Adafruit IO Cloud platform is now configured. Now we have to make necessary changes to our program. Let's see that. So here we have changed the feed, right? So I'm just going to write here humidity. I'm going to change the name of the feed. Right. Here. Rest, here we are just reading the values from DHT11 sensor. We are establishing the Wi-Fi connection over here. You don't have to make any changes here. Yeah, you don't have to make any changes here. You can just change this delay as well as this delay if your if the Adafruit Cloud platform reaches its limit to send how many data per second, say. So you can change this delay as per your requirement, but I will suggest you to keep it like that only because it's going to work for you as well. It worked fine for me. So let's now just compile the program first, and then we are going to upload the program to our DHT11 sensor and NodeMCU setup that we have created. You can even use FritSync to create the simulation or Proteus to create the simulation. So the program is getting compiled now. Here was a little error. We have to change the name here as well. If you're keeping the same variable, you don't have to change the name. If you are making a different variable, then you have to change the name over here. So let's compile the program again. So the program is compiling now. Now let's upload the program to NodeMCU board. So the program will compile again now, and then it's gonna upload to the NodeMCU board. The program is almost uploaded now. It's gonna take like 2-3 seconds more. Program has been successfully uploaded now. Let's see on the serial monitor that whether it's getting the proper readings or not. Let's check here. So yeah, it's getting the proper readings. Over here the temperature right now is 31 degrees Celsius and 67% humidity in the room. So let's see if our values are being published to the Adafruit.io cloud platform. Yeah, so the values are even being published over here. Now this is displaying just the value at the present time. What if we need the comparison chart of the values, right? So what you can do is click here and create a line chart for whatever feed you want. For example, humidity. Next, I'm just going to skip all the steps and then create the block. So here is the block. So you can even set the time range for this block. It's going to show us the values right here. Let me check what's wrong. Okay, so yeah, I just changed the time limit from 24 hours to 1 hour. You can see how the humidity has changed in the past 1 hour. So you can create the graphs like that. If you want the whole data of the lifetime this project has been working for, what you have to do is go to feeds, or you can simply get that from here, I guess. No, go to feeds. Then go to the particular feed, temperature 1. Then from here you can download the old data for this particular range. You can download it as a CSV file, that will be an Excel file. So I guess the concept is clear to you guys. If you have any type of queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description box below. Also, the links to all the related videos will be in the description below, so you can watch all those videos. Thank you very much for watching my channel, watching this video. Hit the like button, share with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.